Gunfreaknation, it's the president, TElectrik, and I want to, speak to the people that's still out there that's on the fence about buying a firearm to protect yourself. Now, I'm just going to put it to you like this. All you really need is just one. Me, personally, I prefer you have at least two. A handgun and some type of long gun, whether that be a shotgun or AR. It depends on your living situation. You feel me? But there is no more safe neighborhoods because it can go down any and everywhere. Now, we got a Gunfreaknation member, CJ. He sent me a news clip, and I'm about to show it now. And this happened in an upscale, wealthy neighborhood, and it could go down anywhere, like hitting the wealthy neighborhoods. It's no longer just restricted to the hood. It's everywhere now. And like I say, these savages, they know it's really no money like that in the hood. Let's just be honest. There's no money in the hood. They going where the money at. So just because you in a better, neighborhood, it don't mean that it's no safer than the hood that I am in. You dig? So I want to play this clip.
A terrifying ordeal for the family who had just moved away from the city to feel safe. Luckily, no one was hurt. In video from Wednesday around 5 p.m., you see a man with a machete and a dog approaching a home in Liberty Hill near Bear Creek. He appears to pass out. This is when homeowner Daryl Stevens was looking at the backyard with a contractor, and they noticed the man.
At that moment, I obviously freaked out. I have 2 young children here in the house and just went into complete fight or flight mode.
The man gets up, comes up the stairs, pulls on the door.
Start running through the house. I lock every door as fast as possible, run upstairs. Luckily, I had a firearm here. So I grabbed my 9mm, unlocked it, ran down as fast as possible.
The suspect climbed the fence and was on the upper deck.
I came out here with my gun, and he was standing right in front of this couch, the back couch with the machete. And that's when I came out like this. Told him he's got to leave or he's going to lose his life, And luckily, after I did that, he dropped the machete.
On video, you can see the intruder climbing back down and a gun pointing at him as he walks away.
I just had to protect my family, and that's what I did. And luckily, I didn't have to discharge my firearm.
Stephen's wife had called 911 in the meantime, and deputies arrested 43-year-old Jerry Escamilla. He is charged with criminal trespassing and failure to identify.
It's just not something you expect to happen in Liberty Hill. In the country, we're way out in the country. We're in the very back of this new, nice neighborhood, and you're just like, we moved out here, we moved further out of the city to feel safe.
In Texas, a homeowner has the right to use deadly force to defend themselves under the Stand Your Ground law.
Gunfreaknation. Can you imagine that if he would not have had his gun, what would have happened? You had this savage climb up on his balcony with a machete, and he had his family there, man. It's his wife and his kids. So can you imagine how horrible and tragic that would have been? I got to give him a special salute for having enough wisdom and enough sense to be armed with a gun to confront him. As soon as that savage saw him with that gun, what that savage do? Took off and ran. So you got to have firepower, man. You got to have a gun. It ain't got to be no expensive gun. It could be just an inexpensive, reliable gun. All right? Long as it go bang, when you pull that trigger, that's all that matters. Just have be in a situation where you can protect your family, where you can get that savage or savages off of you. Notice I said savages, because usually when they pull in a home invasion, it ain't just one no more, man. It's multiple. I've seen cases where it's up to 10 savages breaking in on you. And that's why I say, in a situation like that, where you're dealing with multiple savages, that AR. You got to go with that AR. You got to. Because that shotgun, it may get them off of you, but what if they so hopped up on drugs and just so psychopath that they don't care and they just want to bang it out with you? With that AR, you got 30 rounds of Funky Town Cinder Seeds, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking it. You know, maybe if one of them do see they homeboy Savage get, you know, his head knocked off with that 12 gauge, like I said, you gotta have the slugs for the thugs. You feel me? Maybe they might turn their funky asses around and get the hell out of there if they see that. But then again, would you bet your life on it? What if they so hopped up? Oh, you don't got my homeboy. I'm really gonna get you now. You know what I'm saying? So after that 7th shot, you think they gonna let you reload? Unless you have a sidearm. But if you got that AR, you ain't got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. But it's very vital. It's very key that you arm up and just be savage ready. Like I say, listen, trust me. You got to know what you're doing. It's been many of people that had firearms and still didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Because they wasn't really savage ready. They wasn't ready, man. You got to be smart. Your biggest weapon is your brain, man, your mind, your mindset. So you got to be willing and ready to put that savage down when they come after you, man. We living in a world full of savages. I need y'all to understand the environment that we living in, that there are people that's walking around amongst us right now that they don't have no respect for human life. Their sole purpose is to come in and torture you. They're not coming in for your valuables, man. They're not. They already got this sick fantasy that they've been playing in their head for years. And the urge is in them to act it out. They coming in, think about it, man. They coming in because they expect a confrontation, a violent confrontation at that. Now, you can give it up easy by not having a gun to protect yourself, or you can make it hard for them by putting up a resistance. It's either one. You're going to make it easy for them, or you're going to make it hard for them, if you know what I mean. You got to be ready, man. And like I say, I was watching the news. Please don't let this woman, please, I can't tell y'all how to vote, but if she get in office, man, you better believe her when she say she gonna do that mandatory gun buyback program. And I can't believe it. I've seen on YouTube people in the 2A, in the Second Amendment community, some of these gun tubers, oh, Kamala, you know, she owns a gun. Her and Tim Walz, they own guns. Well, guess what? She don't want you to have your gun. That don't give her no pass. You didn't ask her what type of gun she owned. I guarantee you it's a regular traditional handgun. She still hates AR-15s. She still hates AK-47s. And by the way, does it even matter? She got Secret Service surrounding her 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week. That woman got Secret Service detail. And guess what? They ain't got regular traditional handguns. They got the fully auto MP5s. Okay, they got the fully auto PS90s. or P90s. Trust me. They got the fun switches on there. So don't buy into, she just trying to fool y'all to make y'all think she really for the 2A. When she really ain't shit. And she really want to disarm us. So don't fall for that bullshit. Don't fall for that. I'm going to tell you something, man. I know people that home invasions have happened to them, and the ones that have made it out alive, they ain't never the same. They mentally fucked probably for the rest of their lives, man. They said that was one of the most horrible, terrible, horrifying situations they ever been in. Can you imagine you at your home and you think you in the safety of your own home, and all of a sudden your door is kicked in, your window is smashed in, and you got a group of strangers with guns to your head, and they got control over whether you live or whether you die. That's the type of power that you giving the savages. That's the type of power that you are giving them if you are not armed and ready up here to take on that situation. So you don't never want to be at the mercy of a savage, man. I call it the God mode complex, because they coming in and they basically going to have a reel with you. They basically got control over whether you live or whether you be unalived. And they can delete you off this planet, out of this world. So if I were you, I would never want to give somebody an animal. I ain't going to even call them animals. Somebody that evil, that type of power, man. God gave us sense. He gave us wisdom. All right? A lot of people, oh, Lord Jesus gonna protect me. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Jesus gave you the wisdom to go out and buy you a funky town sender. And that way you ain't got to be whining like a little scary cat and the dial 911. Please help me get here in time. I got savages in my house. Please, please, please help me. Man, you can miss me with that bullshit. The country has basically went to hell. Millions and millions of illegals are over here. And they flying them in. They ain't all just on foot crossing the border. They being flown in. And we got the gangs. We got the terrorists. Man, we headed towards some crazy ass dangerous times. Okay? And you need to be ready, man. I'm telling you, you need to be ready. And if she get in office, man, hell, I might have to leave the country and come back in my damn self so I can get all them benefits that these illegals are getting. Driver's licenses, vouchers for places to live, better shit than what we living in. God damn, they giving them the hookup, and I ain't mad at them. But they being played. They're simply pawns to the grand scheme of it all. That's their future voting block, y'all. That's their future voting blocks, man. Like Ice Cube said, you got all these celebrities. Oh, just vote. Vote for Kamala. Vote, 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 vote. Ice Cube said it like this. When you vote, what are you getting in return? You don't just vote just to vote. What are you getting? What is your community getting? And he right. Anybody that tells you to vote or try to shame you because you want to vote for Trump, they suspect and they're not to be trusted. You got a lot of people that sell out when they got a little money, well, a lot of money in their pocket. They trying to save that money that's in their pocket or in their bank accounts. They don't give a damn about us. Democrats been blowing smoke up our asses for years, and we ain't never got nothing in return. So now that some of us is starting to wake up and see it for what it really is, you got, they always get the celebrities, vote, 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 vote. Fuck you, Ricky Smiley. Go put your dress back on. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, D.L. Hughley. Go tell some more stale-ass, funky-ass jokes. I'm sick of this shit. War is being inflicted on us. They is waging war against the United States right now, us citizens. I'm not a black man. I'm not a white man. I'm not an Asian. I'm not Hispanic. I'm American at the end of the day. That's all that fucking matters. It's the righteousness that's in your heart. And they don't like that. They do any and everything to divide us. They do. They do any and everything to divide us, man. So, Gunfreak Nation, listen. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay armed. Y'all stay responsible with your firearms. Stay righteous and be ready to send this demonic savage to Funky Town. I love y'all. Gunfreak Nation. Salute.